Today, we're going to talk about 3 of the biggest mistakes guys make with girls that make them undesirable for women. There are many mistakes men make which instantly turn them into low-value men. These mistakes can range from being a people pleaser to not being assertive enough and not respecting women, constantly asking for their permission, and giving up on them. It's always important to remember to maintain self-respect, integrity, and assertiveness in a relationship and be the best version of yourself. So, let's get right ahead and talk about the 3 important mistakes men make. Number 1. Constantly seeking approval. If you want to hook up with the most attractive women around, you need to learn how to be assertive and self-assured. This means you're comfortable making your own decisions, and you don't have to rely on someone else to make them for you. It means you're confident in your own skin, and you know what you're doing. I used to get so worried about what I needed to say to women, like what words I needed to say to get her back to my place. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what you say as long as you say it with the confidence. One of the best traits of high-value alpha males is that they're confident and can make even the most difficult decisions look easy. With experience and failures making bad decisions, they know what to do and how to make the right decision in any given circumstance with clarity. On the other hand, one of the most distinctive traits of low-value beta males is their inability to make their decisions at the right time, and not being able to make those decisions end all. This results in them seeking the approval of people around them, including the women they're attracted to or the women they're dating. A true man of high value constantly makes sure he never puts himself in a situation where he has to make excuses for not being able to decide, because doing so demonstrates that he is not in control of his actions, and that he is unwilling to accept responsibility for his life. That automatically translates into constantly seeking approval and asking permission from women. Women never want to be with a man who is constantly seeking their approval regarding everything. In fact, no one wants to be around someone who is perpetually indecisive and brings them down with his own confusion and lack of ability to make strong decisions. This is one of the most negative traits in a person because it's so irritating to be with someone who cannot decide anything for themselves and constantly has to ask for others' opinions. You are not responsible for what people think of you. The opinions of others about you are not in your control. Perhaps this is what stops many men to make their decisions. Perhaps they spend so much time thinking about what other people will say about it that they fail to make their decision in the first place. Men who have high value don't care what others think of them. Sometimes, we make an effort to influence how others perceive us and put our sense of value on their approval. This causes a great deal of worry and anxiety. Because we don't want to ruin our reputation, we become afraid to make mistakes or take chances. Many people constantly try to appease others and live up to their expectations, living in a state of terror. However, a high-value man does not act in this manner. These guys aren't afraid to stand out. They are content with who they are and accept their differences. They don't let other people tell them how to live their lives. Instead, they live by their own standards and principles. They make their decisions after giving them a focused thought and then stand by them. All of this essentially makes a man stand out from the crowd when he makes his own decisions without having to seek the approval and permission of others. Number 2. Giving up early. Another big mistake guys with women are giving up too early, stemming from not having a proper plan or having an incomplete plan of action. What guys usually do is that the moment they see a girl they like, they start thinking about how they can approach the girl and get her number. They don't plan how they're actually going to do it. They don't think hard enough about how they can best approach her. They just do it in stride and mostly end up failing at it. And when they are rejected by the woman, they give up. Even if they do get a girl's number and ask her out on a date, they will never truly plan the actual date. And because they don't plan anything in advance, they'll end up going on a date that will be a typical boring date for the girl. And again, when the men get rejected, they give up after the first or second try. The problem here is that without any planning, guys make it harder for themselves to show their real intent with women. They give up too easily. For example, when I made the decision to get better with women, I became intensely focused on how to approach them. The only thing I would plan for was how to approach a woman with this line, and then, perhaps, tease her a little bit. After doing this for about a year or two and approaching hundreds of girls, I recognized I needed to start planning for more than just the approach after having absolutely zero success and maybe a few dates or hookups. My main success here was that I never gave up. I never gave up believing in myself and in believing that I had the capacity and capability to master my game. So, after a lot of adjustment, this is what my plan finally turned out to be. Whenever I was speaking to a female I liked, whether it was in person or online on Tinder, I would respond to her immediately. I would straight up ask her if she wanted to hang out sometime and then go out on a date. I would be confident, energetic, and straightforward. So, from a guy who barely got any interest from women, I got to become a high-value man who had terrific results with women. All because of some planning, thinking, and never giving up. Number 3. Showing disrespect. A man of value gets things done without showing disrespect and complaining about the circumstances around him or the bad experiences of his past. He never justifies his actions or places the responsibility for his problems on other people. When you complain, you immediately embrace the victim mindset. And when guys do that, they show disrespect to other people. Guys who regularly end up making this mistake tend to never get any results from women and never get laid. They place the blame for things going south in their lives on their women and end up disrespecting them. Guys show disrespect to women by gossiping about them behind their backs. They show disrespect to them by controlling them and actions that they know are not acceptable to their women, such as gambling or being overly friendly and flirty with other women. These are all behavior of low-value beta men who know they don't have it in them to be alpha. So they pretend to be alpha and try to control and instill fear in their partners. A man who struggles is a man who perseveres. He is aware that if he wants things done, he must take action because complaining and protesting never improve the situation. Making justifications is a sign of weakness and irresponsibility. These men are men of high value. They never insult or disrespect anyone. It's a strategy for hiding your own insecurities by disparaging others. Being confident and being conceited is quite different. Confidence is built on real achievements, whereas arrogance is based on the delusion that you are superior to others. True high-value men are self-assured. They don't look down on other people. No one is better than anyone else. Everyone is on an equal footing. They respect everyone, regardless of social rank or professional achievements. High-value men are continuously aware of their body language and voice in social situations. They understand that how they present themselves is just as important as what they say. They never yell at or talk over other people. If they did it, they would simply come across as bullies. People frequently mistake the confidence of these people for arrogance. They are, however, completely mistaken. True high-value men have self-awareness as the source of their confidence. They don't believe that in order to feel good about themselves, they need to shame other people. So, these were some of the serious mistakes that males make while approaching women. Do you know of any other? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel.